Tucson, thank you. My only problem today is that I don't know what I can say after what Greg and Alexandria have already said. But when people think about the future of this country, and whether we have the kind of political leadership we need among the young people of America, you're looking at these guys right now. So I just want to thank Alexandria and Greg, not only for being here today, but for inspiring millions and millions of young people all across this country. And I want to just say a brief word about our friend Raul Grijalva. I was here in Tucson a number of years ago when I was running for president. And at that point, we didn't have 20,000 people coming out of meetings, and I wasn't very well known. And what Raul did, he said, I like what Bernie was saying. I was talking to Alita a few moments ago. And he said, Bernie is speaking what has to be said. And he had the guts to come out and endorse me and take on the whole Democratic establishment. So we will never forget Raul Grijalva and his dedication to the working families of our country. Look, my message today is simple. And what this crowd tells me, and by the way, we had 36,000 people coming out in Denver. We had 15,000 in Tempe, and now we got some 20,000 here. And what it tells me is that the American people will not allow Donald Trump to create an oligarchy in America. They will not allow Donald Trump to create an authoritarian society. Now, right now in America, you have what we call an oligarchy. And what an oligarchy is about is a handful of billionaires controlling our government. Now, some of you may have seen Donald Trump's inauguration. See it? Well, I had the unfortunate position of being in the front row. Not a good position to be in. And what I saw, and what I saw in front of me, right behind Donald Trump, were the three wealthiest people in America. Mr. Musk, Mr. Bezos, and Mr. Zuckerberg. But that's not all. Right behind them, there were 13 other multi-billionaires who Trump had nominated to head major government agencies. Now, some of you may remember what Abraham Lincoln said at Gettysburg. Remember what he said? Here you had a situation where thousands of soldiers died trying to end slavery. And a few days later, he looks out on the battlefield where people had died and been wounded. And he said, you know what? We have a vision of a country where we're going to have a government of the people, by the people, for the people. Well, Donald Trump has a different vision. He wants a government of the billionaire class, by the billionaire class, and for the billionaire class. So let me tell you something now that you don't see much on corporate television and you don't hear discussed on the halls of Congress. In fact, I'm going to do something very radical. You ready? I'm going to tell you the truth. So brothers and sisters, this is where we are right now. People on top, enormous wealth, enormous power. And what their power is about, not just that they control the economy, they control the political system as well. Now, I don't care if you're a conservative Republican or a progressive. Does anybody think it makes sense that we have a campaign finance system where one man, Musk, can put $270 million to get Trump elected, and then his reward is that he becomes the most powerful person in government? That is not democracy, that is oligarchy. But it's not just Republicans. You got billionaire Democrats who are telling candidates, don't stand up for the working class. So we've got a corrupt campaign finance system. We got to get rid of this terrible Citizens United Supreme Court decision. We don't want a king in the United States. We overthrew a king. We want a vibrant democracy, not all power resting in the hands of one person. It is outrageous that this guy sues media, sues ABC, CBS, Meta, threatening to investigate NPR, PBS. You know why? Because they dared to be critical of him. Oh, his feelings were just crushed. He wants everybody to bow down. Oh, you're great, you're terrific. Hey, Mr. President, if you can't take criticism, get out of politics. What they now want to do is force the 2 million people out of Gaza and build some playground for the billionaire class. Unbelievable. Our brothers and sisters, and Alexandria made this point, Greg made this point. We're going to fight Trump at every step of the way. And the crowds that I have seen tell me the American people are prepared to stand up and fight. But it's not only opposing Trump. What is very important, absolutely important, is for us never to forget we are today the wealthiest nation in the history of the world. We got any teachers here? Thank you, teachers. And when we talk about quality public education, no teacher in America should start off in less than $60,000 a year. These kids here in Tucson, kids in Burlington, Vermont, in LA, California, they deserve the best education in the world. We can provide it to them. And we can and should make sure that when kids want a higher education, whether it's college, whether it's trade school, we need desperately doctors and nurses, mental health counselors, dentists. We We need sheet metal workers, carpenters.
Simplified solutions to complex situations.
We need a system that trains people to go out and do the work that needs to be done without going back.
Yeah, that would be seeing Ron Paul.
We should be making all of our public colleges, universities, community colleges tuition free.
They're all good ideas, right?
Not every idea is a good idea.
When somebody says, well, Bernie, it's a good idea, how are you going to pay for it? I'll tell you how. We're not going to give tax breaks to billionaires. We're going to ask them to start paying their fair share of tax. And now in Washington, Alexandria, Greg and I, we hear from our colleagues a whole lot about freedom. Well, if we're going to talk about freedom, let us understand that the women of this country must have the freedom to control their own bodies. So brothers and sisters, we're going to fight Trump every step of the way. And what you are saying here in Tucson, I want you to know, what you're doing here in Tucson impacts not only Arizona, the whole world is watching. And what people all across this country are saying, do we have the guts to stand up to Trumpism and oligarchy and authoritarianism? We say yes. So the task is not easy, believe me, I know that. Let's be clear. The oligarchs have unlimited amounts of money. You know, what for you is a cup of coffee, for them, $5 million, $10 million, doesn't mean a damn thing. They got unlimited amounts of money. They control the media. They own the media. They have tremendous power over the political process.
Hate activists and volunteers who believe what you believe. Take action, Tucson. There you are. Have a great day.
You too. Totally agree with you guys that, hate Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg,
but
like support Bernie on Facebook and Twitter. Oh, and buy his book on Amazon. Yes.
Yeah.
My big criticism is this, and this might be harsh, okay? How can you criticize someone who provides goods and services that people want by making your millions by talking rhetoric and hate politics in front of a large crowd? You know?
I hear that.
They talk about, we don't want to be divisive like these guys while they're being divisive against those guys.
Tucson, thank you.